Hey, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot, or welcome if you're new. Please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. I don't know what sign this is for. We're just gonna read this and see what it says. From what I can gather, somebody's been defensive. They're in a relationship or have been in a relationship that's been a little bit difficult, potentially a little bit controlling. I feel like you're reviewing things right now. So regardless of your sign, you might have air in your chart, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You might have a fire sign in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might have Gemini heavily right here with the lovers. I feel like basically I'm not really noticing any other signs right now. And like I said, we're going to talk about the energy. It doesn't really matter about the sign. We're going to talk about the energy. Which one? So basically, I felt like you're used to being defensive. You're used to being on your own, standing your own ground, having to defend yourself, protect yourself, which leads me to feel like there's been something in your history that's caused you to feel that way. You have been abandoned, neglected, betrayed, cheated on. There's been something that you've been having to defend yourself on, like stand your own ground, protect yourself, be on your own. With the next card to that is the Lover's card. So I feel like love has been a difficult field for you. I feel like you have not, like you've struggled in relationships in some way, shape, or form. With a relationship in general, in relationships in some way, shape, or form, in regards to how you experience love and who you share love with and how you give your love and how you receive it. It's been difficult for you. It's been a journey of having to stand your own ground, learn your morals, learn your values, learn and defend what's right for you, what your intuition says for you. You've had to learn and speak your own voice. And that's caused you to kind of be defensive in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like you're like wanting love, but you want it to fit properly. You want to be like a proper connection, and you don't see that necessarily being available. So I felt like you're doing, for some of you, you're working on your internal strengths right now. You're working on developing yourself. You're not necessarily worried about a love relationship, a connection. I feel like you're very defensive in general, especially in regards to love and a relationship. So I feel like that would not, like, it's not something that you take lightly. It's not something you're necessarily pursuing because you're passionate about other endeavors, other things that you feel like connected to and inspired by. There's also an energy of you're trying to grow and nurture something. You're trying to develop something. You're trying to have investments in new creations. There's this energy for some of you. You might be working a lot right now. You're trying to like develop and grow your prosperity, your resources, your abundance. There's some sort of change that's going to be coming in. It's going to make you very happy. There's some sort of energy right here, like in regards to currently you're trying to do things differently, right? I feel like you're working on this energy of feeling negative, feeling disappointed. Hello. There's this energy of like you're trying to develop new techniques, right? I feel like this energy where you're defensive of things and you're trying to whatever these patterns are, these experiences that you have you that cause you to be defensive, that cause you to kind of stand your ground. I feel like you're trying to do new things with that. You're trying to do things differently. I feel like you're trying to like establish new patterns because ultimately at the end of the day, you're wanting to have love. You're wanting to feel like connected, and you want you want to feel loved and appreciated by those in your environment, and you want those in your environment to feel loved and appreciated by you. You're really like reflecting on how you want things to be. on how you want things to connect. And I felt like this energy of like, I heard it's played out. Like you're just kind of tired of this energy potentially. There's this energy of like something that you're defensive about, you also want to like change around and grow and nurture. You're defensive about something but still wanting to like protect it and grow it. Mm. You're reviewing. For some of you, you might be reviewing something in the past that was that had the potential to grow at one point in time that caused you to be defensive. That at one point in time you thought it was gonna be wish fulfillment in some way, shape, or form for you. It was gonna be a happy family, a happy home, and a happy family. But there's some sort of energy where you or the other person, whatever, or the job, the home, whatever it was, um, there was like opposition within it. Like you guys didn't play together. The high priestess, but you knew this. You knew something was coming about this. But you can't let go of whatever this was, person, place, or thing with the Four of Pentacles. For some of you, your intuition keeps on telling you something. That's how come you can't let it go. Like you might think about this person, place, or thing, and your intuition tells you something and you kind of dismiss it, but you can't let it go at the same time. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. There's some sort of forward movement that's very slow, but I feel like it's very dependable. Like this is somebody, like whatever this is that's going to come in, like you're working on yourself, right? You're changing things. You're trying to go from being like on your own and being defensive and kind of standing on your own, to like trying to nurture that energy, trying to heal it, trying to allow other people to get to know you a little bit better, like allow people more closer. There's an energy also of when it comes to love and your emotions. This might be for some of you, this might be you or somebody in your environment, but I feel like right now you're currently focused on your abundance, and the foundation is something like something that you have like a passion with, I'm sorry, a passion with, for of what all that is, whatever for you, whatever that means to you. But there's something that while you're trying to establish your foundation, there's, for some of you, there's like a connection. There's something that like motivates you. For some of you, it's the idea of the connection that you want that motivates you forward. You're having a lot of like ideas, a lot of inspiration, a lot of forward movement. I feel like of course, it's natural. It's part of the process. But I felt like there's something of like you're trying to evaluate like how you can do things differently to bring this in. I feel like you're trying to grow and nurture something. You're trying to develop something. I feel like you're making like quick jumps, whatever sign you are. It's definitely that you have some air in your chart for sure. I feel like you're going from these Ace of Pentacles, and the next card next to the Ace was the next card to the Ace of Pentacles was the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like 0 to 100 in like a second, like right away, immediately, like it's your next jump. Okay, so I'm being reminded of the next forward movement, right? There was an air sign, I'm pretty sure it was Gemini, who had some sort of reading about the next forward movement, the next natural forward movement, right? And there's also this thing about you can't get there from here, right? So basically, if you're super mad and you're feeling like you just like want to like break something, obviously you're not going to go and be like super kind and nurturing and compassionate to somebody because you're not in that energy. Likewise, usually if you don't have much to grow something, you're not going to be growing much. But with this energy, I feel like you're able to make that transition. You're able to go from like being mad to turning around and being kind and being being compassionate. There's like some energy within you, whatever your sign is. There's some energy within you that you make these leaps and bounds, and it's natural for you. Like you're very abundant, you're very prosperous. You're somebody who like naturally goes with the flow of life, and you think that all things are working out for your greater good, and so they do. Like this is, I like this energy. Whoever you are, I like your energy. Like in your current energy, you're taking what you have, you're taking like these aces, you're taking these new opportunities, you're taking these ideas, you're taking these, like for some of you it's a job. Hi, you're welcome. No, okay, so I'm not telling you guys to leave anything behind. So Virgo, so let's go through the reading and see what comes up. Don't take it personal. Some of it might resonate, some of it might not. But you, whoever you are, at this point in time in this reading, like you've had a difficult, whoever this is for, you've had a difficult time, right? You're dedicated to the journey. You're committed to the mission. And with you saying Virgo, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like this is a Virgo sign, Virgo, Aries, sorry, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? So now we have the air signs, we have the fire signs, and we have the earth signs out here. So we just don't have any cups yet. So I feel like emotions are very uncomfortable for you, right? You're defensive about about giving your love, investing, like giving and receiving love. I feel like you're like, you want to see somebody like show me that you're serious before you like fully invest. You want to see somebody like serious, like you mean what you say, you walk your talk. There's like I feel like there's been a lack of follow through in the past from whoever you've had a relationship, and you're serious. You're committed to this new cycle, whatever this is for you. You're going to have things different. You refuse to not. Sorry, I hope that made sense. Like this is new for you, right? This is something first. This is for some of you, you might be like in your 20s, and I don't do readings. This isn't a reading for children. So you're definitely an adult in some capacity. So whether you're a younger adult or and you're starting to experience that, or you're an adult somewhere outside of that range, more experienced, that's like doing things differently, having new experiences, potentially having a new job, starting a career, having a new family. For some of you, having a new child. There's something in your environment that's new for you that you're going to quickly, easily adapt, easily start to invest in, start to grow it, naturally nurture it, right? There's something that you're naturally nurturing. And this is different. This is way different than this energy of you being, and it might be like somewhat connected, but I feel like it's different. Like it's multiple different energies, but they might be connected. Take it as it resonates. But there's like, you're defensive in regards to who you give your love, who you genuinely like. You can tell me all day that you're interested in me, but I've heard that before. I've seen it before. I've heard it, been there, done that before. So show me that you're different. Like walk it, talk it. Like don't walk it and talk it. Don't, I don't know if that resonates for you. You already know what I'm saying. So I'm going to move on. So I felt like in the past, there was some sort of energy of, you might have had a fire sign that you're involved with, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might have that in your chart somewhere. If you're not sure, check out the description and get your birth chart. It's important to know all that about yourself. But I felt like even though you're currently defensive, or there was a point in time, I feel like you're still working through this energy. There's an energy of, you want to have love, but you want it to be authentic. You're defensive. Like, I'm allergic to BS, right? And I felt like you've had that experience. You know what it is for somebody to kind of be like passionate about you. But again, I don't see any cups. So even though you've had passion and you've experienced it in some way, shape, or form, I feel for some of you, um, somebody was aggressive physically with you. And it was somebody that you were supposed to be able to care about and supposed to be able to, like, this person was supposed to protect you. And I felt like you had to protect yourself from them. And I'm sorry for that. And I felt like it took a while for you to get away or get out of their energy or change the energy in some way, shape, or form. But again, that's something that you can easily do. Like, you make these leaps, like you can jump over these hurdles. Like, you go from an ace to a 10 of pentacles. Like, you skip the 2 to 9. Like, you don't care about all the crap in between. It's the beginning and the end. There's no middle. Like, your focus is the end game. Your focus is the end game. But it's been long. It's been a long wait. And I feel like you're reviewing, like, what's next. Like, how do you, there's something though, you're mentally chasing an idea, a thought. You're trying to develop something and progress something, move something along. You know that there's a new cycle, or there wasn't a new cycle in the past, in your recent past. For some of you, it was your past. For some of you, you're going into this energy. There's like, it's a new cycle. For some of you, you might have moved. You've had a change in resources, a change in income, and you've had to, like, there's something you're passionate and excited to move forward towards with. There's some sort of passion and excitement. What's this Page of Wands? You have the 5 of Swords in the reverse. So I felt like you like stopped getting, like, you started to trust your thoughts. You started to trust yourself. You stopped contradicting yourself. You stopped like arguing with yourself. You started to just go with the flow more, and that allowed that transition to take place. There's some sort of like energy here where you're moving something forward. You're growing and nurturing things. You're coming into some sort of celebration because and you're going to be ignited, like your passion is going to be ignited because you healed. Like, you've emotionally went through those battles. For some of you, you went through that dark night of the soul. For others of you, you just accept things were what they were. You might have went through counseling. There was some sort of healing that you did that allowed you to kind of like rearrange your passion and your inspiration. And I felt like you're following forward towards whatever your primitive energy is, like the energy, like the things, like when you're cooking and you're just sitting there and you're like drifting off in your thoughts, the things that just come to you naturally, that like, oh, that's a good idea, or that's fun. There's something about you, within you, that you have this primitive energy. Like you might have air in your chart. There's some sort of energy within you that you have an intuition about you. You have ideas, you have sparks, ideas to do things. And those ideas that you have that you act upon, it causes things to grow. Like, you're somebody who, I feel like you're abundant and you put the work in, right? You put the work in to heal. Like, you're not somebody who just sits there and gets ideas to do something. You act upon it. You do what you're told. You do what you're inspired for. And it's leading you to have celebration, to have something that's going to be victorious. For some of you, I felt like there was a third party connection somewhere in your relationships in the past, and things went on behind your back. And when it came to light for you, it was hard to heal from this energy. And there's elements that like it doesn't heal, right? And I felt like that's what caused this energy. That's what, like, you're kind of defensive about like whoever you give your love to, whoever you accept their offer, or whoever you extend an offer to. Yeah, but you want to have it. You want to have this connection. You want to have this genuine commitment. You want to have this playfulness where somebody's there for you and you guys can go through the tide together. Like the struggles and the hardship. You want to have somebody that they're worth the investment. What else? You have the Knave of Swords, which is basically the Page of Swords, and the Hermit. So I felt like there's some sort of energy. You've been in isolation for a while. You might have Virgo in your chart. There's an energy of you've been in your own energy by yourself. You've been alone, figuring it out by yourself, thinking things through. I felt like you've been kind of struggling in regards to like how people have handled you, how they've spoken to you, how they've dealt with you. And I felt like you're going on your own, right? I feel like you're different than what you used to be in regards to the people that know you in your environment. You're just doing things different. You're a different you. I feel like right now you're focused on your prosperity and your abundance. You're working on what this was for you, that you're working on building. It's going to be very prosperous and abundant for you. Let me show you this before I let you go. So your current energy is you're having some sort of opportunity to build, to grow, to redo things, right? Like you're working on this energy that like you're having to do things on your own and you're being defensive. But I feel like you're having new opportunities come in. You're also trying to like heal things and grow things within you. You see that you could do things new. You could do things differently. And there's an energy of there's a quick transition for you, right? There's for some of you, you might be winning the lottery. It's like that kind of energy. It's like you go from having very little to having it like an abundance. Like you go from like 0 to 100 literally overnight in the blink of an eye. It's like very fast. And I felt like that it's going to be long lasting for you. It's going to be something that's going to last. It's going to be long term. For some of you, this is an idea that you're going to like invest energy and like commit to, like purchase a ticket. Like I'm telling you, some of you might win the lottery. But there's something where you're going to take an idea, you're going to take something small and quickly turn it into something huge and like magnificent for you. And it's going to provide long-term lasting rewards for you. All right. I hope this has resonated in some way, shape, or form. It looks like you're going forward with these new opportunities, these new investments for you. I feel like you're looking at life more abundantly and more optimistic than what you were, more than what you've been used to. I'm very proud of you, and I hope you keep moving forward. Be kind to yourself and to others. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Sending you lots of love and light.